Good morning everybody and welcome back to another video where today we are continuing with our Ninjago retrospective from a super biased person that's never really looked at much Ninjago but owns quite a lot of Lego, and we're going through the middle sets today. So we'll be starting in 2015, and if you have missed part 1 or want to hear more about why I'm talking about it and why sometimes it sounds like I'm a bit too negative on Ninjago, I recommend watching that super long video. However, I understand that most people won't, so just to sum it up, I do not hate Ninjago. I quite like the theme, particularly as it has developed over the years. We are taking a biased look into what I found interesting in the past, as well as just going down memory lane with the sets. This is majoritively an audio experience. I am using Brickset to show me these set pictures, so if anything is missing, blame them, not me. And if you're following along on Brickset, then that is probably easier to know what I'm talking about, as I cannot put over 100, 500 images on screen at once. It would take too long to edit, and I would rather get the video out to you guys. So we are opening up today with the Tournament of Elements wave, as far as I'm aware. Yet, Tournament of Elements from 2015. And we're starting off with the Polybag, the Anaconda Battle Mech. This is something. To be honest, I kind of like the design. I like the use of the sword in dark tan. I always like that as a colour, and the little shield. It's a stubby little mech with a driver. It's something somewhat seems unique, to be honest, as far as baby mechs go. And for a battle mech to not have the character in the middle and to have him on top looks cool. This feels like something I might consider army building. I mean, not really, but I actually kind of like it. And one thing for certain is I like it better than the J Nanomech, which is what we have up next. Literally just what I was talking about, where he was walking it like a gonk droid rather than being in it like a normal mech, and instantly this is boring. I don't like it, and it looks weird. I kind of like the articulation with like the choppy arms. I feel like that's well, not unique, but cool way of doing things, and I like the fact that he is in the middle. It is okay as well. Obviously each way of doing it is valid. However, I think that the battle mech is much funnier, stumpier, and has a bit more personality than the nanomech. Then that moves us on to Kai's Drifter, which is one of the other polybags I actually own from Ninjago. I had it in like a magazine back in the day. And it's alright. It's compact design as a speeder bike. I love the inclusion of the stud shooters. That does elevate it. But a lot of these polybag builds, this one does just feel very meh to me. I'm not particularly excited by it. So I'm going to move straight on to the first actual proper set of the Tournament Development Wave, which is, of course, is the Anaconda Crusher. And this thing looks alright. It feels like just a worse version of some of the Serpentine stuff we've seen in the past. I like the triple saw blades that can spin on the front, and I like the shaping they've done with like the rocky snake head. The side build is quite honestly pathetic, and the ninja outfits from this wave don't do anything particularly for me. The Anaconda are cool. I do like their head mold and their unique design with like the tattoos and stuff. It is alright. We've got the big wheels on the back. Yeah, it just sort of blends in with the rest of them. Just all of the rest of the vehicles like it. It looks very, very samey. The next one, the Chondricopter Attack. The minifigs here is cool. Getting Chen is nice, as well as that Mohawk piece and this other ninja. Is that Skylore? I think I've heard before. Possibly. Who knows? As for the actual copter, this is very, very boring. I do not like the shaping on this at all. I do not love what's going on in the middle, and that piece of grey that's there is really bugging me. I feel like they should have just stuck to black, dark tan, and purple. That's really, really bugging me. I'm assuming there's like a net drop feature. Okay, I guess. The little jet build off to the side is meh, and the bones around the side are alright as well. That's a nice accenting details. However, it's not doing anything special for me. So far, this is probably one of the more underwhelming selections. Okay, Cole's Boulder Blaster, or just Boulder Blaster as it names. Again, I like this side build the most out of the ones we've seen so far, and that's saying something considering this one is basically nothing different, just a little piece of scenery. I'm glad we've got away from these pitiful side builds. I feel like they got less as time went on. And we just focused on the Boulder Blaster, which has this awesome like 8 rack of missile shooters, the flick fire ones, which are awesome. I really, really like that. That's a really cool play feature. That's really unique. We haven't seen it done with that particular style of flick fire really very often before. Okay, so that can turn and shoot, and you've got the little cockpit on the top and the side. Okay, this one's alright. I like the feature a lot. The main selling point. And the design's actually fairly sleek. You've got a nice handle in the back there. That's cool. This is a well-designed plane. Not interesting for me, but the feature is very, very cool, and I do actually quite like it. That's a nice set. Well done, Tournaments of Elements, for producing a decent set. Oh, and we're back. Okay. Titanium Dragon. No, don't like it. Dragon bad. This is, I guess, one of their earlier attempts at doing brick-built heads, so I got to applaud them for that, particularly seeing as it does look alright. I just don't like the dragon. It just looks like a dog with wings again. What is it with... And the Earth Dragon did it, but cool. This one didn't. This is just... I've never actually... This is another one I've never seen before either. I do quite like the temple side build. I think that's alright. You've got, I think that's Zane come back to life there, and a snake. Because weren't the Anaconda trying to turn into snakes? Was that a thing? I feel like that was a thing. So this little like temple build does look pretty cool with like the key, but put the dragon in the corner. That's bad dragon. Not a fan. Ooh, but we got a playset now. Enter the Serpent. Okay. This is pretty cool, actually. I like this one. Again, this is not a wave I must have been very unfamiliar with, because I don't really remember this one either. Obviously, stuff like the Chondricopter I knew existed, although very unmemorable. Okay, I like this aesthetic, using like the dark tan and all of like the... Oh, this reminds me of an adventurous set. This is actually really cool. I love the colour scheme. They've actually stayed really, really consistent with it, and this time ignoring the black and going for the dark grey. That's really nice. I love the little rope bridge and the little prison cell, and this orientationing between like the dark grey and then the tan columns is really, really cool. I love how bold the purple is at the bottom, but yet how it still works. You get some good minifigs with Dev Chen and some Anaconda. What I assume is a trapdoor feature when you hit the little dish at the back, and then something drops on you as well. Some stud shooters down the bottom. Awesome, awesome. Some weapon racks and things, and lots of different accessories. This looks like a really fun playset. This is my favourite that we've looked at today so far. This is really cool. I would like this. This is a good set. Well done, Ninjago. I think it is my credit there, and it does compare really well to some of the other playsets as well. That might be the first like proper Ninjago playset we've got, and I've actually looked at and gone like, wow, that's actually really, really cool, and feels like a more modern set as well. Like I feel like 2015 is that transitioning year. We said this with Jurassic World as well, right? 2015 feels modern but also far behind. A lot of these sets have felt quite old, particularly stuff like the Chondricopter and Titanium Dragon, but this one is the first one that I said is almost like a modern set. I would have placed this later on the timeline if I didn't know what the Ninjago seasons were called and what years they came out in. But this one looks like a lot of fun. I really like that, actually. Enter the Serpent gets a win from me. Ninja DBX. I mean, you knew I wasn't going to like it, really. You knew that going in? Big truck. Big truck. Big truck. No, I don't have any other words. I'm struggling here. Filming live, just don't have anything to say about it. I'm assuming it opens up, but literally every other truck that opens up has done it better and looks better doing it, like the Ultra Agents HQ. Sure, the minifigures are coolish. Some of the gold elements are quite nice. Really struggling here. Big truck, does it have a mech inside or something? Like what is that opening out bit? I don't like this one. This one's not great. This has not been a good wave as far as like it goes. Like all the other ones I've been able to say, okay, all right, fine, this is a thing. I get what they were going for here, just not my style. But this is a bad wave. It's a motorcycle bag. Somehow that's even more disappointing. Where's the mech or something in that should be in there? That Monkey Kid has spoiled us, I'm telling you that much. No. Bad set. Grr. Ooh. But back to playsets now. Jungle Trap. This one's cute. I like this. This is a good £10 set. Nice little play feature. When you step on the little step, the swords are going to come up. You're hidden through the trees. This gives me 2011 vibes with the little ninja training set we had with the Skull Kid and the little bamboo things fell apart. That's really, really cool. I like that. That's the thing with this tournament element wave. It was a tournament of elements, and half of them have been giant snake vehicles. Give me more of these like actual like trial stuff. And I know we got one later with all of those masters of elements and stuff. And Lava Falls as well. The same great idea. Yes, this works. Going to get another jade weapon where you've got the little trapdoor bridge and you've got the fire. Really, another again, a cute £10 set. I'm assuming that was £10. I bet it wasn't now, was it? I bet it's going to be 15 or 20. How much was it? No, I was right. £10 set. Okay. Or $7.99 back in the day. But that's really, really cute. That is a great £10 set. Well done, Ninjago. See, the tournament element to me has so much potential, right? Where they should have done all of these like playstyle size sets, and yet over 80% of them are mechs and things. The Electro Mech. Oh no, no, don't like that. Moving on. No, Electro Mech bad. I mean, I like the the claw at the front and getting Jay's cool, but I'm not a huge fan of the way that mech's been designed. It looks very, very blocky and looks very, very out of date, almost something from Exo Force. And Lloyd's Jungle Raider. Again, I don't really want to talk about this one. It's Lloyd's Dune Buggy, basically, right? That's what this is. Side build, again, being the strongest part. Lloyd does not need a Dune Buggy, I will say it again. I think it's got some steering. It's obviously got some suspension, maybe, possibly. But the whole thing feels wrong. Give us our Dune Buggies in City, don't put them in Ninjago. Okay, and then that brings us on to the last one for tournament elements, which is the Dojo Showdown, which is probably the weakest of the playsets. This feels very 2011. However, I will give it a pass because the rest of the wave was so bad, and these playsets are actually really, really creative and have a lot of fun attached to them with like the idea of this challenge. It's like a challenge to get up to the Golden Jade weapon thing. Got some great minifigures in here with like the tremor guy. You've got these like nice little obstacles where you've got like this spinny sword rack and this fire and these like stepping stones. This is really cute. I like these style of sets. This is probably my favorite style in Ninjago because you've actually got some stuff to play with here rather than just big vehicle, just big vehicle. And I get that lots of people are vehicle peoples, but these are really, really cool when they do. I'm going to actually show you the tournament of elements. This feels like a big missed opportunity as far as I'm concerned. But now we get to move on. And we get to move on to one of my favourite of the early Ninjago waves. This is Possession, I think is what it's called. Yes, Possession, I got that right. And we're moving on to the polybag first, which the first one is the Cowler Dragon, which just instantly... It's not a great dragon, but it's better than all of the other polybags. I mean, I still like that Anaconda Battle Mech, but it looks cool. You've got like the glow-in-the-dark elements, which is already a plus. This great wing design using like lots of different weapons and claws and things to make a unique style. And what really stood out with this wave in Ninjago was how unique everything was. This color scheme of the dark blue, the black, and the trans neon reflective glowy green color was absolutely amazing. And the ghosts all felt so unique. Considering the Ghostbusters Firehouse would come out like 2 years or 1 year later than this, it really did feel very connected to Ghostbusters. I feel like, particularly with like the little like grabby ghosts that threw stuff, they were really, really like in style. Along with Monster Fighters, it felt like a natural succession from Monster Fighters. There's no theory, I don't think, that Ninjago didn't cause the death of Monster Fighters, but regardless, you can see that some of that legacy carried on with these amazing transparent leg pieces and such, and great designs, and it was really, really unique, because this was the year that Series 4 of Mixels came out, which Series 4 of Mixels also followed a very similar colour scheme, so there was definitely some cross-theming across the company going on here, but overall, I just really love the aesthetic of Possession, and they had some really nice architecture as well. Which moves us on to our next set, which is honestly quite a lot to take a look at. This is the Chain Cycle Ambush. And I'm getting really fed up with the Ninjago gimmicks at this point, because at this point they're not interesting. We haven't had like golden weapons in a while. We've got golden armor coming up, I know, in Hunted. But these like little shuriken things are just meh to me. You've got although I really do like the way that's been built with like the claws going around it like a ghostly swirl. That's really cool. As I mentioned, I'm not going to gush over them too much. The ghost minifigures are really unique and look something very high fantasy. I really love them, as well as the grabbing ghosts with their little goofy things like the wrench in the ice cream and these like throwable chain balls is really cool. To be honest, I don't mind Zane's like little vehicle thing here because he just looks so cool while riding it. If I do have to say anything, I do hate his outfit though. I don't love that. Don't think that looks great. But then we've got this bike, which to be honest, I'd normally hate this, right? But this one's okay. There's so much going on, and it does look very, very possessed. This does a really, really cool job. It reminds me of like Hidden Side bikes and stuff, where you've got all these chains, and it feels a very like organic shape, but it's all very flowing backwards, and like the ghost energy is exploding out and racing behind. I really, really love the way that's been shaped, and the little horn piece used as eyes is also really cool. You've got like a seat on the back, maybe a catapult feature. Okay, no, I'm going to give this one a pass. This one looks really, really nice for a motorcycle, considering motorcycle standards are so below where they should be by this point. Okay, the Jay Walker 1. Now, he's got a Ghostbusters pack. That's so cute. Okay, that's got to be a Ghost reference, right? I don't know the show, so I'm not going to be able to comment on it. But that is super cool. I actually really love like the little like electric backpack. That's really, really cute. I love that as a figure accessory. Ghost here looking great. Who's that one in the middle with like the nice hood like dress? Let's go and find out, because that looks like a really cool character. We've got this like drapey covered up thing like an assassin or something. Let's find out what they call. What's their name? Are they important? Blade Master Bansha. Okay, so this was a bit more of a named character rather than Whale and Gurkha, who are just whatever, isn't it? But that's a really cool design for a figure, just like assassin ninja, a female lady, or whatever you want to call it. That's really, really cool. I hate the vehicle. I'm not going to comment on it. Again, Jay didn't need a car. The side build though is beautiful with all of these ghost tiles, which I'm assuming you can like throw at the vehicles and stuff, which is really really cool. I love the dual-handed weapon. On Blade Master Bancher, and this just great construction with the lime spring green to make it feel really ghostly, but then the scorpions with the architectural detail and the blue and the black. It's just a lovely colour scheme that I really, really, really like. I wish we had more of these side builds, which is exactly what we get in the next set, which is just so unique. The City of the Sticks is up next. Where do I even start? There's just so much to look at here. Let's get the vehicle out of the way. The Nia Jet, maybe? Water Ninja Jet Pew Pew thing. Yeah, we're moving on. It's alright. It's not the worst one we've had, but it's definitely not the best either. Okay, the boat looks absolutely amazing. I love the boat. The boat is super, super cool. While underbuilt and maybe a bit badly shaped, it really looks like one of those like Singaporean like influence things. And it just, this whole aesthetic just looks great. The boat fits perfectly like it is. The River Styx boat from like Greek mythology, almost, obviously, or not quite, but it looks so great. I absolutely love it. It's so perfect the way that sail works. I think it is the sail that really, really sells it. And you've got these accents and these stud shooters. It's like a Pirates of the Caribbean ship. I genuinely love it. And then you've got this awesome, just like jumbled together city that you know has been like built and stacked on the River Styx, which is obviously the River of the Dead, and it just looks so perfect for the aesthetic. It's got this really, really oriental feel to it. I love the little blue roofs and the fact that they actually put the detail into making them all jobbly and like gnarly, which works so great. The windmill, I've always said, looks good, and I love this contrast between the bright blue and the brown. Again, perfect. You've got this little cannon and this bit coming off to the side, which makes it feel all higgledy-piggledy, and I love that. You've got the prison, you've got like this market where I love the use of this wing element to represent like a torn down curtain. You've got this cage that's hung up, what looks to be like another prison, and then like this big energy ball thing on the top, which is probably my least favourite part. However, you've also got all of these amazing ghost minifigures. For once the ninja are outnumbered, you've got all of these really, really cool figures. You've got lots of the different headdresses and ghost elements here. You've got the Sploosha Ghost. This is really the definitive possession set, and I love it. It's so good. It's just so well constructed and so thematically in a time where thematically like styled elements wasn't really a thing. Like, I mean, apart from like Adventurers and Pharaoh's Quest and stuff, but it's just so cool looking. One of my favourite early Ninjago sets for sure. Probably my favourite Ninjago set that we've looked at up to this point in both parts of the retrospect. We've got the Blaster Bike up next, which is the weakest we've seen so far. The Dragon build is unique from the polybag, which is nice. It looks cute. It does its job. It's still not a style I'm particularly fond of with like these small dragons. I feel like more could have been done with them, but it does look alright. As for the actual Blaster Bike and such, yeah, it's not the worst one we've had. Cole's definitely had some of the stronger vehicles, so by his standard it's a lot lower. But you've got these manually activated 6 stud shooters. There's nothing to really adore here as far as like the motorcycle goes, but all the side builds are perfectly fine. It's fine for what it is, but just with so many other good sets this wave, it just falls a bit short. We then have the Master Wu Dragon, which is the best brick-built dragon we've had up to this point. I will definitely give it some credit for that. We'll talk about the side builds in a minute, because again, they are my favourite part. But not because the main part's bad, because this dragon's actually pretty cool. I don't own this one, but I have had the pleasure of seeing it in real life. The croissants and the guns and all the shaping that they've done around the mouth is absolutely perfect. It was such a treat when this one came out to see how good a job they'd done of a brick-built dragon. It just looked incredible. You've got the little teapot with the genie thing coming out of it, and the wish watch. You've got Wu on his dragon, of course, as well. You've got Cole on the little possession dragon. He's got a little squeegee bottle. And you've got this adorable little ghost cart where they're making like ghost food. Again, it's just so in theme. They just did such a good job. And then it shoots the discs as well. You've got the husky dog with the crossbow, which looks alright as well. And then you've got this really nice like wooden fence thing. This is just a really cool like unique side build. We've got like this statue element on the side using like Technic pins and like funnel pieces. And then you've got the big gate with leading up to like one of the gimmicks that I don't know the name of, and you've got some shooters in the wall. Just a really nice side build. This is a great set as well, but not my favourite, not my style, but I have to appreciate the brick built dragon looking really, really good. The Ronin REX or Rex or whatever you want to call it, this doesn't feel like it fits in this wave. I don't know what's going on here. It was an Air Jitsu set because you've got the Air Jitsu spinner. The dragon here is probably my favourite of the 3 we've seen so far, of like the baby ones that is. Some great ghost figures once again, and it's a unique styling, I'll give it this, but it's way too steampunky for me. and the colour scheme's nice, but I don't like the ship at all. It's got a handle, it's got like a double cockpit, which is probably my favourite part because it feels very, very dynamic, but there's no real features that I can think of off the top of my head, and Ejitsu is probably one of the weaker of the gimmicks. Moving on though to Attack of the Morrow Dragon. This is a great looking dragon with a very curvy body that's very stylized like a painting. I really love what they were going for. The wing cloth elements look absolutely fantastic. For a 2015 dragon, this one is above average by a long shot. The brick built head does really, really well, specifically using the claw pieces, and it takes everything that worked about the smaller ones and works a lot better. The spring green is maybe a tad too much for my liking, but nothing that can't be fixed. Again, a lovely ghost selection, and then more of these ninja things, except for these two don't look particularly as cool as the Zane one from earlier in the wave. And this little temple thing has a gorgeous colour scheme as well, with the gold, white, light bluish grey, and dark bluish grey. Loses it a bit in the middle, but I like the side bits enough. I just really, really love how curvy this dragon is, and you don't really see it in the main images, but of course he goes like up and down using these great wall pieces, and the head is fantastic. Again, this probably outdoes the Wu Dragon as the best head, just instantly in the same wave. But let's move on. We've got to keep moving because we're 20 minutes in and we've only done 1 year's worth of Ninjago. I might have to split this again if we're lucky. So you get to have part 3. Yay! Titan Mech Battle. Side builds here are alright. Nothing amazing, but alright. The White Ninja Mech reminds me of something out of Pacific Rim. It looks good. This ninja outfit is better for Zane. I like this Deep Stone advert. Not Deep Slate, that's Minecraft. The Deep Stone outfits look great. I do love the ghosts again, as I mentioned, and this just ridiculous like ninja ghost mech with 4 arms is so cool. He looks great. I don't know if it has a name in the world or not, but I love the color scheme. I love how wacky it is. It's mech versus mech in the same box, and I always appreciate it when it's conflict in a box rather than TIE Fighter for £70 and then X-Wing for £70. I think that this is a great combo. Having both of them together is really, really cool. I just love the idea of having one in each hand and fighting. This feels very, very synergetic to me. I really like it, and it's also really wacky, so it's another great set. Feels very, very unique, and I remember when that one launched as well. And then we have the Final Flight of Destiny's Bounty, which, if I understand it correct, it's Ghost Destiny Bounty. I feel like that, maybe I'm right there. You've got a lot of nice accessories here. The dragon, the mini dragon, is the best of the mini dragons. I've said that every time we've had a new one. This is by far the best, apart from the Morrow Dragon. You've got a great minifigure selection again with your wacky possession ghost, and then you've got the Destiny's Bounty, which does a better job than the Ronin REX of looking cool while doing this aesthetic thing. It's very, very consistent. You've got these gel cells and this interesting headpiece, and the fabric cells do wonders and such, but still feel a bit empty. It's just not my style. I don't get it, but I won't try. And I won't ruin it for you guys. Okay, covering the Ejitsu, I don't like the minifigures. They're boring designs and have nothing hugely interesting to me. The flying mechanic was cool. I remember thinking this was neat when it came out. The accessories are boring though, and the build is very unsubstantial because of what it is. However, I do like the attempt. I think it works for what it is. And then lastly, for 2015, this was Ninjago's first D2C, which of course was the Temple of Ejitsu, which of course is a very technically impressive set. I don't want to spend huge amounts of time on this one today, mainly because you guys have heard it all before. It looks great, it's perfect. To me, again, the side buildings are by far my favourite part. I love the little bridge section at the front with the stone dragons, and the fact that the steps that go up to a temple. But once you get inside the temple, it looks good. It looks good. It reminds me of the pagoda at Kew Gardens. Anyone in the UK might know what I'm talking about. And I love the little projection thing down below with like the first Spinjitzu Master or whatever it is that goes on where you turn the light brick on. But it's these two side buildings that really sell it to me. Particularly the blue one reminds me of the medieval village. But I do love the Wu statue, or is that first Spinjitzu Master statue? I don't know the Ninjago lore. Chickens are cool, markets are cool, inside of the building is cool. It's a very cool set. Just good set. There's a lot of micro builds which I'm not covering. Then we can move into 2016. We are only 6 years away from the end of Ninjago. I'm hoping that by the time we get to part 3 of this video, the new Ninjago sets for summer might be announced, and we can talk about those as well without having to make a separate video. But 2016 brought us on to Skybound, which is a theme. This was like Air Pirates. The aesthetic here was very, very tight. They did a good job with Skybound, I think. I don't know what happened story-wise, but the pirates all felt very unique. It did feel very wacky, though. I can understand that this Ninjago got a bit weird. Starting us off with Kai's mini dragon is that's bad. I don't like this one. No, moving on. Bad dragon. This is the mini ghost dragons work because they were a darker color scheme, but as soon as they tried to give them eyes which look like studs, this thing is dumpy and bad. The skybound plane though, that's a cool little polybag. I like that. You get one of the enemy pirates. It feels massable. It's got some interesting blades and it's got this really cool aesthetic where they reuse ship parts to make different kind of like vehicles. So I love the use of the steering wheel on the front and the messenger bottles on the side. That's super cool. Cole's dragon is mini dragon done right. While it's not perfect, it does still look good. I particularly like the head shaping on this one, as well as little stumpy legs. It does look like a baby dragon, which is somewhat cool. So I will give Cole Dragon a pass. He looks great for his scale, not like Kai's dragon. All they had to do for Kai's dragon was give him tiles on the eyes instead of suds, and it would have worked, because that's the only difference between those two. Ninja bike chase. Yay, 2 bikes in a set that are chasing each other. My favourite type of set. Woo! And then they've also got this pirate with the jetpack. The pirate with the jetpack is cool. I like the little bin thing they've got going on. That's super cute. You've also got like this bomb that he's throwing, which is also amazing. And one of these Keyblade gimmick things. Oh, I don't know. But bike's boring. No fan. No thank you. Sky Shark. I like the idea of imagining it as a shark. I love the use of the pistols and the chests and things. That's so cool to represent like a 6-piston engine. And yet the inside of the cockpit's still so like techie. It's actually really sleek as well. And I think those wings might move. Even if they don't, it's okay. And Lloyd gets a unique and interesting vehicle for once. He has a jetpack chair. All of this air stuff is just so creative. Like, it may be a bit out there for people, and I think it did get a bit weird, particularly with this point. But it's just so creatively wacky. This is what I want to see more from City, like we did with the ice cream truck and things. Jay's Elemental Dragon. It looks alright. Dragon looks okay. Head shaping's a bit weird with those horns, but, you know, it's passable. Not quite as strong as, like, the Morrow Dragon, but yeah, it's a pretty good dragon. I like this one enough. I remember this being a flagship for people. You've got the monkey piece making its most recent return, I feel like, along with this pretty weird vehicle. Not a huge fan of that pirate vehicle. And then that moves us on to the Raid Zeppelin, which looks pretty cool. Actually, yeah, no, this one's great. You've got this little snake guy. Was his name Chumley? I feel like his name was Chumley. I'm going to check. I feel like he had a funny name. But you've also got this really cool, like, samurai guy whose name is, we're about to find out. Doubloon. Oh, it's Clancy. Okay, right. Sorry, I'm Clancy the snake. His name looks alright in this one, but I love the Zeppelin. We don't get many Zeppelins at all in Lego, and I love the idea of having the pirate wheel. Feels very like Hook-esque and things in there. I love the little figurehead and the cannon, and of course the bigger Zeppelin part on the front looks great as well. The pirate flag coming out the back. It's just a cute small ship that's really, really creative. Then we've got playset Tiger Widow Island. Don't love the temple for this one, but I do have to say that I love the side build. You know, like the little bridge that goes up to this island that's really creatively built using the drill upside down and then goes over a thing. Just really creative rockwork techniques, which you wouldn't expect to see in a Ninjago playset. You also have the big fig in here. Then Dogshank, their name almost escaped me, and this cool little spider build, but the temple itself just looks fairly bland by Ninjago temple standards. We've gotten treated by some very unique temples, and there are even more unique ones coming up. This one's just a bit disappointing by comparison, but I absolutely love that drill technique. That looks superb, I have to say. Then we have Misfortune's Keep, which is one of those airship things which always feel a bit empty, because you've got this big hollow bit in the middle where vehicles are supposed to be able to launch, but just like I said with the Batman's Flying Fox attack thing, it's just a hollow shell, which is disappointing. However, I do like it as a gangplank. I imagine there being lots of fun between the Jin guy, him, with the forearms, like fighting swordplay while this thing swoops in the air and then you almost slide off the edge of the gangplank. Looks pretty cool to me. I also love the use of like the wedge slopes to create like this jaw effect, and the little skeleton guy on the front at an angle is also really cool. Not much going on here, and Lloyd's vehicle sucks. Probably one of his worst. But I've said that about almost every Lloyd's vehicle. And you've got some interesting stuff going along at the top, like a keep area. Definitely prefer the Raid Zeppelin, but I think there is a lot to like here as well. Just not my favourite style of execution. We then have the Anchor Jet, another polybag, looks cute again, using the same thematically like pirate pieces around to add to the shaping. And then you've got the Wukru Training Dojo, which is just your simple training dojo polybag, nothing special to say there. Then we move on to Day of Departed, which was the special wave, isn't it? We first up have the Rock Roader, which has this really cool side build. I like the use of like the net pieces to like hold it up to make this like platform. That looks really cool. I love this like desert aesthetic with the stone army. Cole's vehicle. It's not his best because it's not Earth themed. The Air Jitsu Battleground. Did this work? Can someone show me a video of this thing working? Oh, I get it. Okay, never mind. So you can't spew them out the things where they are. They have to go on their special things, which are by the side of the gate in the middle. You've got these like stone ninjas or something here, and a ghost evil woo maybe. I don't know what's going on in this set. This feels very. This is the worst of like the arena sets we had, because right, we had these amazing Spinjitzu ones which had some nice theming, and sure there's some nice builds here, like the abandoned building over to the right, next to Blue Spinner. But apart from that, it's just a bit. I don't know, not really doing it for me compared to the other ones as well. That feels like a letdown. We then got the Crypteranium Prison Breakout. This is a cute little playset. This is nice. You've got the previous bad guys dressed up in police uniforms, which is cool. You've got the little police guard as well as Zane in his police outfit. You've got like this bench to like flick the bed, and you've got these a breakout feature attached to the phone. That's really cute. You've got the gate as well, and then another prison cell. That's a really nice small playset. I really like that, if not the style for it. We've then got the Salvage Mech, who brings back the Skullkins, but with different hat colours and whatnot. They look all cool. I don't love the Salvage Mech. I mean, it's okay. It's a unique kind of looking thing. Moving into, again, we've got a bit of this like steampunky aesthetic going on here with this thing. I mean, it's cool and all, but it's just not my style. But I can appreciate the shaping. The knees in particular, although not articulated, do look great. And the little skeleton mech is pretty bad, if I'm going to be honest. Then we have the Green NRG Dragon, which is a Skybound set that released in the summer. What was going on there? We've got Ghost Cole here, which is cool. The dragon looks alright. Not my favourite, but still pretty good, especially with the brick-built head. They definitely got their dragon game pretty down, and these wings look absolutely incredible with that opalescent colour. You've got this catapult build, which again, Skybound getting some of the most creative of the vehicles. And this little like turret side build, which looks great with the little leaf piece in the desert. Looks really cool, like they fortified on land, which looks great. Also some good minifigures here as well. But that dragon does do a pretty good job at what it needs to be, better than the previous Ultimate Dragon that we had. We then have the Lighthouse Siege, which is a great playset. A lot to like here. The vehicle to start off with for the Pirates is alright. It's not their best, but still a pretty good one. Then you've got this great lighthouse build. We don't get lighthouses that often outside of City, and even then we haven't had one in a while. You've got this nice zipline feature. While the shaping might be a bit blocky for my initial lighting, you've got some great characters and things here. With that weird little robot guy. And I actually know there's quite a lot of interior play features as well, which is nice. You've got some explodable walls and some things to jump out of and things. So pretty good. I think I probably just prefer this over Tiger Widow Island, but only just. We've then got the much superior Ultra Stealth Raider. We looked at this last time, and I pretty much said I hated it. I've seen this version in person. Again, don't own it, but have seen it. This one has the much better splitting feature, looks a lot better, and just does the whole theme better. Not to mention you've got Chen's Dinosaur Mech, which is just insane and random and kind of cool because of it. But mostly I like the way the vehicle can split. Not my style of vehicle again, but I really love the way it splits. You've got all the stud shooters and weapons and launchers and things, which is also super cool. So that's really nice to see. And then you've also got a great range of characters as well. The Samurai X Cave Chaos has always really stood out, though, to me, as the unique one from Day of Departed. I don't like the Samurai X mech stuff. I think that's just weird. But the actual like skull entrance into this desert cave is really cool and felt really out there for a Ninjago set. I love the fact that you've got like this opening platform thing in the middle as like you slide the mech down and can move it around and things. And to be honest, this is one of the ones that like slipped by my head until like 2018, and then I like found it and it was really cool. You've got the Pythor guy. He's back, along with like a Nindroid thing and some stone army warriors, which all look cool. But particularly, I just love the way it's integrated with the landscape. It feels very like out there in the desert. You've got like this big skull on the entrance, which is super cool, and just I guess it works well for the vehicles. So there's quite a lot to like in that one actually as well. And then our last proper set before we go into like accessory packs and nonsense, we have the Titanium Ninja Tumbler, and this may be the original mold for the Lego tank set, which then evolved into the RC Batman truck, which then evolved into the Gallimimus capture set from 2019. This feels like the original in the 2016 variant with like your Ninjroids and your Zane and things, and it's just this very dumpy vehicle. It's well done. It's definitely well done. There are some nice angles on here. It feels very complete and such, so that's really, really good. And it just looks solid. It just works for what it needs to be for a vehicle. I think these years are getting a lot bigger. We've finally passed through Ninjago's phase, and we started to move on to when they started to get their ball rolling. However, their next year is a bit shorter. This was 2017, where we only had one wave, which was the Vermilion wave, which was Hands of Time, right? Yeah, Hands of Time. Okay, so the first one we have is the CRU Master Training Ground. Don't know what that stands for. That's nice. You've got this little like woo dummy in the middle. Again, it's another bog standard training set with just two different ninjas. Looks all right. You've then got the Stealthy Swamp Airboat, which as far as coal vehicles go is fairly unique. Give it a bit of credit for linking to Earth, but it doesn't link to Earth that strongly, so it works. For what it is, it works. It's one of the better Ninjago vehicles because it's unique, and that's all I'm going to leave it for there. We then move on to the Vermilion Attack, which was your £10 set with some great minifigures. I love the designs for the Vermilion. They're so cool, so cool, wacky, and then have these great transparent dual-molded pieces in them as well. You get lots of snakes in this set, as well as one of the Time Blades, the gimmicks for this one. I thought we'd pass gimmicks for a little bit. We've also got this little nest cocoon thing where the snakes go in, which is just this really cool feature that makes them feel very parasitic and cool. And I like the Swamp Tree build as well, another unique setting. That's a really nice small £10 set, mainly because it doesn't include a vehicle. We then have the Desert Lightning. Where's the desert? Where's the lightning? Oh, Jay's the lightning, I guess, with his weird speeder. Nah, not doing it for me. Too similar, maybe, to each other. At least the same vehicles are in the same set. It's definitely following that pattern of we must have two of a vehicle to chase each other in a set, which is alright. The weapons and designs of the Vermilion, again, continue to be the standouts, and their bike at least has like this unique pincer mechanism. But why is it Desert Lightning? It's not in a desert. Destiny's Shadow. This was the Destiny's Bounty, but small. But again, I love the use of the canoes, and the colour scheme's really unique, making this more like a swamp boat with like these golden things coming around the side and this little like fabric piece, and you've got this frog on it. It looks cool enough. The Vermilion gets this little air hoverer, which again is unique to see in its style, so I will take it. And you get Cole and Lloyd. Cole's design looks particularly nice in this set. Nothing really else to say about that. It's just Small Destiny's Bounty. Vermilion Invader takes something out of the Stone Army's book, though, where you've got this dual catapult on big tread thing. This does remind me of a Stone Army vehicle. I don't know if there's any lore connection there. This thing looks great. It serves its purpose fine. It is what it is, needs to be. It's Vermilion tank, and it works for it. Side build feels a bit unnecessary, but works just fine. Nia's car, the Samurai VXL, is Nia's car. The colour scheme is actually quite nice. I do have to give it that. The dark blue with the dark tan always works together with the black, and it being heavy does work really nicely. With that little bit of gold sprinkled in, is really, really cool. However, the rest of it, don't really care. It's car, again, in Ninjago. Wrong theme. Car so well, but I don't care. But then that moves us on to one of the awesome sets. We have Dawn of the I Am Doom. Again, I want to talk about that side build. That side build looks awesome. You've got like this construction site, which they've been building the Iron Doom. You can put it up against it. You've got this little like snake cocoon thing again, like a launch feature to destroy part of it. You've also got this prison cell down here. This looks great. I do really like the side build here. I've always liked this side build. I remember seeing this one when this one came out. And you've got some great figures with Crux and Acronyx, if I've said that right. I think I know that off by heart. And then you've actually got the Iron Doom as well, which is like this giant like snake mech thing, which does look really, really cool. I do really like its structure. I like the way it's sat down. I love the little fit where you get all 4 time stones in this set. Is really, really nice to see. It's always great when they actually include all of them. And you've got these nice posable arms and somewhere for both the Time Twins to sit. Really great. Really well-rounded set, particularly good by Ninjago standards as well. We then got the Dragon Forge, which was when I said last time about Kai's Forge needing to just be bad. This one's awesome. I love this forge. The design here, when it's all closed up together, looks absolutely spectacular. It's the much better aesthetic. I don't know if this is the same forge that appeared in the 2011 rave, but this one is by far superior. So good. I remember really, really liking the look of this one when it came out. Getting Nia and Kai's parents is great as well. You get a lot of different weapons, and you've got a much better blacksmith feature where you turn it around. You've got Baby Iron Doom, is that, I think, which also looks really cool with like the buff arms, Sues Vermilion, and then the awesome 2-headed dragon, which has some fairly good brick built detail, some nice heads, some nice wings, and the 2 tails. I love the duality of its aesthetic. Definitely really, 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 really solid. So that is super cool. Really, really big fan of that. That looks great. Then that moves on to 2018, which is going to be another Air-Jitsu wave. Oh, this is Sons of Garmadon, isn't it? So is this the point where we had the movie? Yeah, so we've had the movie at this point. So, I'm not covering the movie in this one because I don't want to. The sets for the movie were some of the best Ninjago sets that we've had. And then Sons of Garmadon were some of the worst. And you can pretty much tell why straight off the bat. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to do Sons of Garmadon, and then we're going to leave it. And we're going to start next time with Hunted. And I promised I'm going to get better. And I'm going to start liking these sets. But I wanted to end us on a low note. One thing that's not a low note, though, the Wuku target training. This is a great little target training polybag. I like this one. You've got the same style of base so that you can combine it with the other ones. You've got the nice dojo outfits, and you've got this nice target which will actually swing as well. Let's immediately go downhill. Sons of Garmadon motorbike polybag. Looks bad. Don't like it. Lloyd's turbo car. They put him in a Mighty Micros, except for Mighty Micros were cool. He looks so bad in there. More Air-Jitsu. The minifigure design somehow managed to be even more boring, however the side builds managed to be slightly better, and that's all I've got to say for all 6 of them. Then the Katana 7. Katana V11? Motorcycle is the best part of this set. Kai's boat, bad. Looks ugly. Just really bad. What? They didn't need that vehicle. Zane's bike looks like it would be cooler as a jousting horse, and Mr. E's bike looks alright, I guess, but the mask in the middle is by far the coolest part. I don't like ninja bikes. Sons of Garmadon headquarters. It's barren. It's barren, and it has a bike in it again. I know they're a biker gang, but the features are bad. The gates open, the axe spins, and the traffic lights fall over. Ninja Nightcrawler. The only thing I have to say here is I really love the fact that if you push down on the car, the stud shooters fire automatically. That's really cool. I also really love the mace build for the side character. The green car is bad, though. I don't like Lloyd cars. Kilo versus Samurai X. Big Fig, I guess. Oversized motorcycle, trashy. Not a fan. The mech looks alright. Looks fairly agile. That's about more credit I can give it. And then Temple of Resurrection. The best set, finally. No vehicles. Hallelujah. Great minifigures. I do like the biker minifigures. Particularly Mr. E has always stood out to me. Resurrected Garmadon, I guess, is a thing. Harumi's, whatever. I love the masks from this wave. They're by far my favourite part. And the actual temple feature is really cool. You've got the Baby Woo, is that? And just the aesthetics. I really love the colour combos with the blue and the dark grey and the red and the black. Works perfectly. And I do love the turning around and resurrection features at the top. That's just really, really unique. Really, really nice. And rightfully so, that was the end of that wave. Thank goodness. Honestly, just... I know I rushed through them, but I've complained about Ninjago vehicles enough. And they're not even interesting, they have no personality, they're soulless, they're just biker gang motorcycles with an excuse to make more boring ninja bicycles. And then the worst Ninjago set of all time, the Lloyd car. I've hated this set since the moment it was revealed, and it's just so bad. The only thing going for it is the fact that it can be it can shoot like the way it does. What a step down from the Ninjago movie wave, I think, in my opinion. However, luckily it wouldn't last long. From here on out, I mean, Ninjago's gonna start getting good. Hunted was such a great wave. I cannot wait to talk about Hunted. I'm so excited for that. Then you move into 2019, which was the beginning of Legacy, which has some of the best spinners and some of the best Legacy sets going back to those initial concepts. And then we had that Fire Knight, the Secrets of the Forbidden Spinjitzu wave, which was so cool. That was another amazing, amazing theme. And then 2020, oh, Master of the Mountain and Arcade Land, what was it called? Prime Empire. Again, my favourite year of Ninjago to date. And then 2021 with the island sub-theme as well. Just mwah, 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 and underwater. Can't wait to talk about it. Really, really excited. I know this one's a bit shorter, but I want to get through the middle years, the ugly years. And then from here, it is all up from here. I'm going to start gushing on sets. I'm going to start really, really talking about sets, and I want that to be its own video. Maybe we'll do the movie at another time, but I'm gonna not do part 3 until the summer sets come out, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna get revealed in like the next 2 weeks maybe, and I kind of am curious. I want to see what's going on with this new sub theme. Could be very interesting, could be a really another heavy hitter for Ninjago. But we got through Ninjago's middle years today, and honestly, it has worn me out. Sons of Garmadon was such a bad wave. And looking back, Tournament of Elements was such a disappointment. I'm so glad that they went back to that with Legacy and just fixed some of the issues. But that is actually going to do it for today. Let me know what you thought of the middle years in Ninjago. There's some good ones in here. I love my Possession and I love my Hands of Time stuff, but oh, Sons of Garmadon was it, wasn't it? Ruined me. But no, we get to do the exciting stuff next time. Let me know your favourite Ninjago wave down below in the comments, and if you're excited for the summer 2022 wave. And I will see you back with the Ninjago retrospect whenever we get summer pictures, and I will see you back on the channel on Friday for our next video, where we are doing hopefully something exciting. Is it Hyrule Castle this week? I don't know. I'll work it out. And thank you for watching. Bye bye.